Welcome to Waifus of Overwatch. You're welcome, everybody who plays Overwatch. We created this amazing podcast with my best friend,
Danielle McCrae. Hey, guys.
And I am Erin Fitzgerald, and we are going to talk about all of the characters that we love from Overwatch. So we have an extra super special guest for you today.
Woo!
Would you like to introduce yourself, sir?
Hook, line, and sinker. Roadhog.
That is awesome. I love it.
Josh
Greetings,
Petersdorf.
everyone, from the wasteland.
His mind head explodes all over the place. Yay! Like a headshot from Widow. I love it. This is amazing. This is so exciting. So, Josh, you're the voice actor that Danielle and I have not worked with. We don't know you. This is like you doing us a huge favor coming on our show.
We'd love
Thank
to get
you.
to know you.
That's, I looked up when I saw you guys, I looked up what both of you obviously had been in. I was so impressed by your resumes. I was like, wow, these girls are for real, and these people are really, like, legit, leading the charge and doing some awesome stuff. And I was really impressed and flattered that you guys would reach out to me. So thank you.
That's so exciting. Mutual Admiration Society. Yay!
Yes, total mutual admiration society.
So I want to put out there right away off the top that you stream your Overwatch gameplay on Twitch. How do people find you on Twitch? Let's get that out of the way so people can all go follow you right now.
Twitch TV, it's Optimus_slimed with a D at the end. Optimus_slimed. And yeah, I play everything from Overwatch to Final Fantasy VIII.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
And it's like when I wasn't before I really started streaming Overwatch, I was just playing some old school RPGs, and so I wouldn't get that many viewers because I wasn't really advertising like who I was, I was just like playing. And so I just have a nice peaceful couple real hardcore fans who dip in now and then, and and now it's like I feel bad when I play Final Fantasy because people are like, where's the hog? Where is he?
No, you don't understand, Josh. If you go to my Twitch stream, you will see that I mirror you. I am the female version of you. I stream Overwatch and Final Fantasy VII.
7. Okay, so I loved 7 too. The Adventure of Cloud and Midgar, that whole opening disc was
breeding, man. All about the chocobo. So I love that. And I love that. We're in sync, man. We're in sync.
What about the Ruby weapon in the desert? And how hardcore you had to mimic Knights of the Round 12 times?
I'm waiting forever. I'm avoiding it by collecting all the stuff and breeding chocobos. But I do have a team of people who
can do it that way. That's right. Cause I remember you can get the material. I'm so impressed by that. And a lot of people it's funny. It's a huge grade, right? You're like, I'm playing PlayStation 1 RPG. I have Xenogears and Final Fantasy 9.
I noticed that too.
For
me, I love 7 and 8. My baby's 9.
Are you streaming 9, Danielle?
No, it's not on PS4. I stream everything from my PS4, but if they ever put it on PS4, I will buy it and happily stream it.
So make sure you guys are following all of us on Twitch to cover the entire Final Fantasy series.
Exactly.
I do some narration too. I'll read squalls, emo lines when he takes himself.
Josh, we have to come together and do some streams together because that would be really ridiculously fun.
That would be really cool. That would be really cool.
Yeah. Do you play Overwatch on PC or PS4?
I play both. I have my PS4 choices, but I prefer to play certain games on PC.
I know.
So
Matt Mercer plays
what I'll play on
PC
too. I have Overwatch and stuff like that on both, but I liked that Final Fantasy VIII was an upscaled version, and I could add this Roses and Wine mod, it's called, which updates all the sound to CD quality and throws in a bunch of remixes and orchestra versions of the Battle Theme. So it's
Did you do that for 7? I don't have that in 7. That's amazing.
It's a mod, right? Yeah. Good. There's a huge community. There's another mod called Tonberry that's this huge mod for Final. I learned all of this when I was digging up stuff. I was like, what can I do to update the game? And it replaces all the textures and you have to cache it, and you have to do all sorts of. It's an army.
Wow! I remember when I played Final Fantasy VIII for the PS1, and they had this whole, I think it was Game Shark, and you can actually tap into the debug mode. And so you got to see all the behind the scenes stuff and all the glitches, and that was That was beautiful.
Do you remember
we've
the
just
demo?
fallen deeply in love with you.
That demo, yeah. I
Brave
remember that.
Fencer Musashi.
Oh.
And I rented it from Hollywood Video and never gave it back because I just
It never happened.
Roadhog.
There's some collection HD somewhere that's like.
I love that. We've only fallen deeper in love with you, making Roadhog even a greater husbando at this point. Well done. Every time
Thank
I
you.
play Roadhog, I will imagine you playing Final Fantasy VIII. It is going to be badassery. Thank you. Thank you for enhancing
Crying
my
tears,
imagination.
wiping to Luna Pandora.
It's
Just
true.
that's all I was doing the other night. I just died like 10 times this boss, and like 2 people said something in chat, and they're like destroyed. Like,
do you play as Roadhog mostly? Who else do you play?
well, I do play. I find myself playing Roadhog because I'm partial. Like I'm sure we all are,
you
right?
have to. Yeah.
He's meta as F, so.
Yes, it is.
He is.
He's bad as F. Like, let's be real. He's amazing. He's got the healing.
He's fun.
He's got the hook,
A lot of
and
fun.
he's got the gun, and he's just tankful. Like you just feel solid when you're. He's great to play.
It's like a lumberjack in a forest with 30 chainsaws.
Beautiful. The thing I love about Roadhog the most, is that chain, though. Like when you get that spear up in the air with that chain, that's like the best thing in the world.
Oh, it's such a good.
I remember
hook.
recording it, and it was so cool. I'm sure you guys can testify when you really connect with a line and you visualize it ahead of time. You're like, oh, okay, I know what this is going to be, and you can give it a great this is what I'm gonna. Okay, I know exactly what this is supposed to sound like, and it just comes like bam, like get down. We did a ton of cool variations, and I remember especially the scorpion-ish line, come here, was like. And I swear, like there was different versions of it done. So there wasn't like a scorpion-ish version done, but the one that they ran with was this. So I was like, cool. I'm down with that. I must have done it justice if Patrick Seitz is floating around, and so it's right, so
Right.
yeah. So I'm like, okay, cool. Then I felt really cool about that, and I've worked with Patrick a ton, and he is so amazing to work with. That guy and Andrea.
Really
Yes,
sweet
he
person.
is. We're just waiting for them to put him into Overwatch. I don't understand why he's not in there yet, but I'm sure they'll find the right role for him.
Yeah, I did the Maxwell Tyrosa stuff for Warcraft with him.
Whoa.
And that was dude. So to do it with Arthas.
But you're okay.
And I did some of the.
Your
Yes, I am also
so
Maxwell Tyrosa in World of Warcraft, and I'm Jace Darkweaver, the Demon Hunter. So I'm the guy who's like, he gives you your discipline weapon. He's involved in that quest for priests, and he's in the the Broken Isles opening zone quest.
Nice.
So that was really
was that your
cool
first project with Blizzard? Was Warcraft?
The first one was Overwatch, and that opened the door. And then it was a long audition. Like I remember I auditioned, I didn't hear anything for like 6 months.
Wow.
6 months.
So, and then I came in and I was nervous because it was like I was a newer voice, and they put some great faith in me, and I didn't want to let them down. They were so positive. Andrea and everyone there was so positive to work with that it was cake. It was like, cool, we're here.
But
this is healthy.
Perfect. Like you're perfect. Your dulcet tones just. I mean, I was almost afraid to look up the actor because I so buy Roadhog. I buy him so deeply. I'm like, I don't. What if I look up, because like Darren DePaul, the sweetest looking man in the world, is the voice of Reinhardt. But I knew Darren because of we were in Warcraft together. So when he got Reinhardt, I'm like, oh, that's hilarious. That is perfect. But because I've been I fell for Roadhog first, the character, before I looked you up. I was like, oh, please be badass. And then here you are. You're actually Optimus Prime in Universal Studios. Like, doesn't get more badass than that.
Autobots transform and roll out.
That is so cool. I didn't even know that. That's awesome.
I got that job about 4 years ago, and I've been doing it straight. It's a huge passion of mine. I thoroughly enjoy working for you.
Who wouldn't want to?
Yeah. That's my childhood right there.
Wow. And you get to put on that giant suit. Like, are you in that sucker?
Well, to break a little bit of the magic, no, I'm not in the suit. It's a multi-person thing, and the way it works is there's a stilt performer who's on stilts in the costume, and there's somebody speaking, right? So it's separated, and a lot of people don't know that, but to break the fourth wall. And so I'm the voice, and I have to give credit to my walker the same way he gives credit to me, because it's a very symbiotic relationship. It's almost like human puppetry, and we're both we really have
to be, it's serious improv.
Serious improv.
Oh, how much fun is that? Oh, and so you get like all of these magic moments that only the two of you share, because only you know how beautifully synchronistic something was.
You're nailing it right on the head. That's exactly right.
Oh, what a gift. What a gift. Oh, I'm going to still pay attention when I go back. I'm very excited. Very excited.
And yeah, and I'm really close friends with the main guy, and that job opened up a huge kind of like vein for me, because I was just waiting tables when I got to LA, 6 years ago. And
where are you from?
That was
we didn't
I'm from the Bay Area, originally up north. So I'm from the San Francisco East Bay Area. And that's where I was born and raised, and I grew up out there. And then
were you a theater person? Were you already doing all the acting stuff there?
Yeah, I was. I was a kid. I won the speech contest, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th grade, spelling bee, and was in the plays. Didn't do the plays in high school because just went with like sports, because like parental pressure was a little bit like, oh, play water polo, like okay.
Oh, right.
Like no distance to water polo or anyone, but like I'd never played water polo before. I was a good swimmer, but. Something strange like that. I was like, oh, whatever. So, but life happens, and I found myself coming back to it. Years later, I have a 10-year-old son, and so, when he was born, it was like, okay, my life went in a different direction of like career choices, and when me and his mom separated, it was like, okay, there was like some options that were available to me, that I didn't have before because I'd lost other ones. And so I took advantage of some stuff that was offered and presented in front of me while maintaining, being a great dad and, seeing my son and everything like that. And left because she moved out of the state, so there was kind of like nothing left for me in the town I was in. So that was what propelled me to be like, all right, let's go to LA then and try this.
Wow, that is amazing.
So it was like, okay, let's just, it was kind of like, I have the opportunity to take a dip in the pond, so to speak, right?
Yeah.
And my friend who lived down here, Rich Arenas, who's an amazing sound engineer and does some amazing stuff for some big name companies and has done some huge trailers, was like, I have a room open. We can in the apartment complex if you want to come down here, check it out. So I did. Waited tables, tried to meet with an agent for a year, took vocal classes, did the whole thing, and then literally I knew that there's this huge dude named Brian Hawes. Cool guy. Sorry, I'm like name dropping way too hard.
Do it.
Oh no, shame at all.
So my friend Brian was Homer Simpson there, and I was so curious. I was like, how did you become this? Because you wonder that. How do you become this? And he's like, he was a real cynical prick, so he's like, oh, shit, I'm like this, like shit, this is all And I'm like, yeah, I know. Is it like rewarding? How much do they pay? And he's like, oh, they pay us all right, but it just tastes like shit. This, I was like, okay. So then when I literally knew this other server whose name was Jazz, ironically, Optimus Prime.
Wow. Like the origin right there.
Right. He literally posted on Facebook one day, like, hey, I know you do a killer Optimus Prime impersonation. There's an audition for it at Universal. And I was like, oh, okay. And it said on there, get a headshot and everything. So it was this huge ordeal I had to do that week to get a headshot because I didn't have one. I looked terrible. It was like, well, I'm a voice actor. I'm not on screen.
I hear you. I do not have headshots. Mm-hmm.
And so I got one done and looked presentable, nailed the audition, and the rest was like, wow, it was a new position. No one had done it before, so I kind of got to mold it as we went, and we've been going 4 years strong.
Congratulations. That is amazing.
Thanks, guys.
So much
the most rewarding
in that part
is the kids. I've met Make-A-Wish children and just met kids and talked to them, and I can say off-kilter stuff like, it's Optimus Prime talking about Minecraft and diamond swords.
Oh,
and,
my God. That is
the kids, they're like, how does he know that I like Minecraft? How does he know? Well, I watch you on South.
That is amazing.
That is so, wow.
It's been a blast. It's been a blast.
So cool. That is so cool. So then, so is working for Blizzard your first outside of the park? I don't know what your history is, so let's talk your history. So how did you get started into voice acting?
Let's start with where it all started. I was a musician. I was a musician. I did music for many years, and then when my son was born, like I said, that pivot happened, and I realized there wasn't a future financially in music. I realized that. I was just like, well, this is in like early 2000s, and so I pivoted. And when I did that, I already had a knowledge of recording. I'd been trained at that point that when you go to the studio, it's time to turn the switch on. You know, that attitude of like, no BS. It's time to be professional and turn the switch on, and you got to be able to hit that button and then turn it off and be able to hit your overdrive on command, basically. And so I learned how to do that. And I had done a lot of stuff with my friend Steve Reedy in this company with Alex Pardee, an artist called Zero Friends. And he had made a bunch of short films. One's called The Winter Stalker, if you want to look it up on YouTube, because it's Christmas. It's around the corner. Oh. That's something really cool. And and we did. I'm just laughing because it's a funny video, and you're like, oh, it's the winter. No,
it's not all.
It sounds very adventurous.
It's funny. Okay. That was the narrative I did of like a twisted Santa who's like stalking someone, for instance, right? So it started there, and then I would do these stupid videos kind of around that area of like I was this magician called Sav Dandy who would do like this levitating card trick around the pier at 39 in San Francisco and just bother people. You want to see some magic? Check this out. I'm wearing a suit, just like flicking a card that's floating in the air in the breeze. It's just ridiculous, you know?
Oh my God, I love it. I love it.
So, and the theater in me had always been a ham. So when Blizzard came with the Overwatch gig, it was just like, oh my God, you know, I knew what it was, and I was a huge fan. And I was just, before that, I'd only done some stuff for like Clorox and Dockers.
And that is a waste of you. You are you gotta be in Guild Wars and Star Wars and anything with wars in the title that you have.
I try to do commercial. I still try. I still try and do commercial things, you know. But in the end, I knew my passion where it was, and Andrea, bless her heart, she saw something in me that, you know, was like...
She waxed poetic about you. Like, she first of all, the whole cast of Overwatch is just stellar and stunning, and I've had long conversations with her about it just because I'm such a nerd about it now. I'm like, okay, so where is so-and-so from? What is so... Like, yeah, she just loves you. She loves you. You're amazing. So that's saying something, you know, because she's such a good... She's got a really good... ear. She's amazing ear for music, for talent, for characters. She knows when someone is perfect for a role. She just does. Yeah. So you
have an amazing heart too. Very amazing heart.
And you were perfect. You were perfect, Josh.
Thanks so much. I think it was when we were in there. It was like it just was so natural. It was organic. Yay! It happened because it's fate rarely calls upon us at a moment of our choosing. But when it does call, we'll be ready. You know, kind of attitude.
I have to admit, I'm fangirling really hard because Optimus Prime as a kid was like my hero. So hearing that, like I have to kind of hold it back a little bit. It's amazing.
Okay. So tell us some of your favorite moments recording Roadhog, if you have any.
Well, when I heard, I love the one-man apocalypse line was one of the leading lines, and we're all animals was another one, because there was some original script that he had said that was kind of like along the lines of like, people are nice, but in the end, we're all animals, you know. And so I remember I just kind of mimicked. I liked that one, and I have a friend who did the Megatron voice named Adam, and he was amazing at making these suffocating breathing noises like what would a machine sound like if it had to breathe, right? Like, because it doesn't need oxygen, but what would it sound like if it was breathing, right?
Yeah.
So that's how the kind of came in.
God, it was so good because of the thing on the face. It's so visceral.
Right, and it just fit, and I was like, that's a good sound for that. They didn't want pig sounds. Like that was a note, like no pig sounds, you know. And I was like, yeah, that's cliche. You don't want him to be, hello everybody.
Also, we don't know what he looks like. Like we really don't know what his face. Like he's a Roadhog. So, I like the fact that we're not convinced. We don't know for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I almost feel like, they don't know if he has a hog's face or a human's face. No one really knows at this point.
Exactly. Yeah, and it's so funny. There's a lot of like theory videos of like what does he look like under that mask. It goes deep. It goes very deep.
I've seen a lot of videos with him, Junkrat too.
Yeah.
Oh, that's just weird. That's just weird. But I like the bacon line too. I smell bacon like that.
Say bacon one more time.
Say bacon one more time.
Violence is usually the answer. Like he is just so guttural and visceral. Like you said, his stuff is like
deep. He's like philosophically deep. Like the
and
stuff that comes
do you feel that from him?
Damn.
Do you get it from him?
I do, especially with the "we're all animals" line. Like he's like he represents the basest, but he's got this awareness as well, which is so badass. It just makes him so badass. Like you don't really know when you're outside like it took me forever before I played him because I was terrified of him, and he, like every time that hook and I'm the person who constantly gets hooked and shot in the face by you because you're just very good at hooking and killing me. So I'm like, okay, he scares the crap out of me. But when I started playing you, and I started playing you in skirmishes first to get comfortable with you, and all the dialogue you hear as you, I'm like, oh, this character was so much deeper than I gave him credit for.
It makes you think. Every quote makes you think. Like, wow. I like the Halloween event. He had this line. He's like, want some candy? And like, I love using it. My friends hate it because they're afraid. It's like, but he's like the cutest thing in the world. Like I think he's cute. I'm a very weird person. I think he's adorable.
Thank you very much. And the big pig, dude, the big hog is, I feel like, like the bank robbery scene they did and all that, right?
Yeah.
I feel like what Junkrat went and did is like he goes to like the meth garage or whatever and like tinkers with his leg and blows up and creates some bombs. Roadhog went like to like an orphanage and like paid the kids and then like drove off with like, you know what I'm saying, kind of thing, right? Like and then went and got his own bombs. Like Junkrat went to go make the weapons and Roadhog went to go handle business because he's the crazy one.
Yeah.
Hog is more reserved, kind of like chill.
Yeah, Junkrat's the psychopath, and Roadhog is actually the brains behind the operation because Junkrat is so off kilter. But what I want to know, so this is totally not canon. This is totally now we're in Fantasyland. Like, why is Roadhog paired up with such a psychopath? I mean, he's badass, granted, but what?
If you weren't going to ask that, I was going to ask that.
Okay.
Right? I don't know why. And I think
it's of every Robert Rodriguez film for some reason. Where I'm like, it's just that character.
Do you know what the genius of, I thought, Overwatch's storytelling was that each character has a beginning, and that's kind of it. And then they kind of let the fans decide what's happening. And almost, and it's so brilliant how it is. It's like everyone has a good, solid beginning, and that's all you need. It's like, and so what does happen next? What do you think? It's kind of like... So they can take, by the time the next event happens, input has been received, and they create themselves, right?
And you got to go to BlizzCon this year, and so I had my own experience at BlizzCon, which was amazing. But it was not like there was like maybe a couple of hundred people that came to that panel, and there were wasn't it 1,000 people who showed up to your panel? I had just come back from England. I didn't get to go. I wanted to be there. I couldn't be there. Tell us about everything BlizzCon.
Yes, please.
BlizzCon 2016, amazing. I mean, what a ride. It was an honor to be there. The crowd was huge, packed, full of energy. I was there Friday for the World of Warcraft class panel with the voice actors, and was there with Hodor, Christian, on stage, co-hosting with Andrea. And I was like, oh, yeah, this is sick. So, this is awesome. This had a great line right when I started off. Because Andrea goes, how does it feel? I'm sitting next to Illidan, and and she's like, how does it feel? Being in the game, you're like a new timer, but you really blew through this year and came up. And I was like, oh, it feels an honor. And then I looked at the crowd and I said something like, it has and it always will be for the Alliance. And they just,
Yes. Yes.
Because as an Alliance, I was always mad. I'm like, shut up, Horde. They're always like chanting so loud at these things.
So true.
It's terrifying, you know? Well, I need the Alliance to raise the battle cry as well.
Oh my God, I love that. Was it
So
amazing meeting the other
It was
characters?
amazing.
Oh.
Meeting the fans afterwards and getting to talk face to face with them. I could see their eyes pop open when I'm dropping WoW knowledge on them that's current, relevant, and from the past, because I played since Burning Crusade.
I was in Burning Crusade.
Yay!
Yeah, who were you in Burning Crusade?
Oh, I was a little side quest, the Dorothy, the old crone. Like it was a Wizard of Oz ripoff, and you had to go to this weird place.
In
and then
Karazhan.
Yeah, and I was Dorothy
What?
and the old crone.
That's awesome.
And
that's
Serranus.
great.
I was Commander Serranus and somebody of desire, something of desire. The voice of the spirit of desire or something. Yeah, way back when.
Dude.
Yeah, I was in Cataclysm.
Both of you have credits in this, right? I know both of you have big stakes. You guys are old school.
I love that you played it though, Josh. We are kindred spirits. I play your game, you play mine. That's nice.
I was the guy in PvP gear and like SSC, like, why am I not doing any damage?
Totally get it. Totally.
Why am I merciless gladiator shoulders not attacking people?
Oh. I love it. I love it.
So meeting the fans, being able to like talk shop with them was so rewarding. And I've gotten artwork sent to me from amazing people and have sent me pictures of the autograph of the session on their wall framed. And I'm like, you know, it's such an honor to be part of this community and to be so welcomed in. And I felt so privileged. And you know what? I want to shout out to my wonderful girlfriend. It was her birthday, November 5th. And this thing all happened November 4th. And, you know, she loves me, but it doesn't play the games, you know, but respects that I play them.
Right,
so for me to be like, hey, it's your birthday weekend. Do you want to go watch a bunch of nerds worship me for the worship in this thing? And you can just kind of sit in the back and have some drinks. What do you say? You know, no, it wasn't obviously like that. But she was such a doll to go and had a great time. Was so supportive of me. And then we went out and celebrated her birthday. So it was just a double whammy almost, right? So it was just super. I was sky high the whole weekend.
Oh,
and
I love it. I loved
it was
all
great.
the footage. I couldn't get enough of the online stuff. It was like the 1 year I don't go, I'm like, oh, that was silly. Oh, well, it is what it is. But I'm so excited. I'm so excited about Overwatch. I just don't think that there's a better game out there. I really don't. And the reason I say that isn't because of just the gameplay, which I love the gameplay, and I'm not a first-person shooter girl. I'm an RPG girl. So this is the first-person shooter I've ever played. But
really? You didn't play? What about you, Danielle? What is your history in FPSs?
So my first FPS was Unreal Tournament way back in like 2000. And so when I found out about this game, I'm like, I feel like I'm going to get addicted. I probably shouldn't play it. Mm-hmm. And I was at an anime con, and it was the video game room, and some people were playing this game. So I'm like, I'll try one match. It'll just be one match, and I'll probably be done. Nope. 5 matches later, I'm like, I need this game in my life.
Unreal Tournament, shouts to that.
Unreal Tournament, yes.
Black Cannon, fighting in the mod rooms that were like made up like giant bedrooms, like the Toy Story room, right?
Okay, I'm having a moment here. Those mod rooms, I was like a sniper, so I would like find like the weird modded rooms. Like some of them like not safe to work, and I'm like, it's okay. They're distracted by this thing.
Remember that announcer? You want to know what Roadhog is inspired by? That guy too.
I love it.
Like that Unreal Tournament announcer headshot. Dude, that guy was awesome.
We're going way back. I love this.
First person shooter, cool. I'll lay mine and then
do it.
We'll keep going. I think the first ones I grew up on were really like Doom 2. I remember being like 16 discs and a big deal, like loading it on friends' computers.
So hard. I couldn't get it.
There were a lot of discs back then.
Doom 2, I remember specifically being awesome. And that whole thing captivated me. And then the GoldenEye era was when it really kind of went 3D and we could finally have a multiplayer thing. But the one that I really mastered, the best first-person shooter game I was ever good at was like Halo 2. So I was still caught up, and I was really good at Halo 2. Old school Halo 2.
That's
So
awesome.
it's good. I know. I love it. It's like Halo 2. In 10 years, it'll be like, oh, it's good at Halo 7.
Yeah.
Well, I changed it. Halo 15. I could believe that. Oh, God.
Well, then this
Halo
is great.
20.
You have like a really good understanding of first-person shooters. So, and consider me from like the most ignorant place about first-person shooters. But am I wrong in saying that the casting for Overwatch is the most balanced and diverse cast, internationally speaking, than any other cast I've ever seen? There's just as many female characters as there are male characters, and nobody is higher or lower, right? Like, I've never seen a game like that. Yeah.
Super feminist, and I love that it's like super woman power and equality, and I love that it's all superhero related and women are represented as powerful and strong. I love that. I think that's a huge positive angle of the game. I'm so proud to be part of a project that's polished and like really edged around, representing that in a good light, and I'm so proud of that. And I also to add on, I totally agree with you with the cast. Wow, right? What an amazing set of individuals. Some shit just clicks, Some things just happen, It's like Peter Venkman in the Ghostbusters movie, Stuff happens. Someone's got to deal with it. So who are you going to call?
Exactly. I love it. So, okay, just for fun, because you're a gamer, and we just love that you're a gamer, and you're also in video games. Like, this is just yay on so many levels. What are your all-time top 10 video games ever? Or if you don't have 10, top 5.
No pressure.
Okay. The first ones that are coming to mind: Final Fantasy VI, aka 3 in America, Super Mario World. Then let's go with probably another Final Fantasy game or two. So let's just take up 2 spots for all the Final Fantasy, and maybe Chrono Trigger, so in the top 5, right?
Yes.
So then top 5, and then let's go like with some other ones, like Super Mario 64. This is another one. Like, I really love games like that. I just appreciate that. So let's say Super Mario 64 for 6. Number 7 that's coming up, maybe Knights of the Old Republic.
Ooh.
Let's throw that one in there. I definitely want to say World of Warcraft is absolutely in one of my top, and this isn't numerical value order, but just collecting. World of Warcraft in there. Overwatch, absolutely not. I say that both because I'm in it and because the game is really cool.
Amazing. It's the best game on the planet, but we're not biased. We didn't create a podcast called Waifus of Overwatch.
And there's 1 or 2 more, and I think they're probably... The first one I was reminded of again the other day in a cool article on Kotaku, or one of the subreddits over there or something that was like subdivisions, about Star Wars Dark Forces. And that was awesome. That was an amazing first-person shooter Star Wars game. It was like, whoa, right? And then Shadows of the Empire on N64,
Wow. So, dude, you're amazing.
Oh, now I miss the N64. I miss it.
Yeah, I like how I lumped the 2. I'm like, give 2 spots for random other Final Fantasy.
Yeah, well done. We can just,
that's fair enough.
You can decide that later, but they're 2 spots that are on reserve. FF, anything. Yeah.
Oh, and I'll throw in that branch. Like Phantasy Star Online was another MMO. I really.
Yeah. Nice. Oh yeah, that's a great choice right there.
Nice.
On the Dreamcast, right? Like.
Yeah. Oh, Dreamcast. Yeah.
What was your very first console?
Oh, this is a fun story. I got a regular Nintendo when I was like 8 or 9, maybe, and it had the Duck Hunt Mario combo with the Zapper. And I'll never forget the second night we had it, like December 26th or 27th. I'd been playing, and my parents played, and then got to the very end of like 1-4 and finally beat like Bowser or something. And then it was like, we're sorry. Princess is in another castle, and they're like, "Are you kidding me? I've never played again. They never played games again. I swear." Like, that was like a catalyst for them. Like, it was like the end of like an era of gaming. Mom and dad. And so
that's funny. I love that your parents played though. That makes me really happy.
That's awesome.
Burned holes in my fingers, playing the Nintendo. Had a Super Nintendo when because my dad wanted it a raffle the year they were like super popular. So it was like,
saved a bundle of money.
And then I got the PlayStation with like Twisted Metal, you know.
Oh, yeah.
I think an N64 also, because it was like 2 years running. That was like just a Christmas gift each year, and I was lucky enough to score that. And I've had them all. And then I had a Dreamcast, a PS2. I never had a PS3, but I have a PS4.
Do you have any handheld systems?
I have a DS. I play. What do I have in there? I have Pokemon Omega, but I don't ever like. I only got it because I don't understand.
I play Pokemon Go. That is the only game I play that's Pokemon, and that's the one on my phone. So
I know. I understand. I understand why people like it, right? Like I understand that.
But I don't understand it. Yeah.
But I understand what to do in the game, but I don't understand it exactly.
Yeah. What does your 10-year-old play, if I may ask, if that's any of our business?
You know what was wonderful is like honestly, I just got back this past week from seeing him out, and he lives in Idaho, and so I'd gone out there to see him because I'll be real busy in December because he stays primarily with his mother, and so that was the rough part too. Was like having a child move out of the state. You're like given an option. It's like you forfeit or die or succeed, so you don't have two choices. So,
you're not alone though. You're not alone.
He plays. Thank you. He plays Madden, and he loved playing Terraria, and I've played Minecraft with him over the years online.
Yay.
And what was cool I love about Minecraft is he was able to do the fun stuff as a kid, and I'm able to like do adult shit. Like I'm gonna load up skins of Deadpool and Optimus Prime and do our thing. So we're rolling around, and while you go to bed, I spent 4 hours up all night building this roller coaster in a mountain.
I love that. What system do you play Minecraft on?
PC. I was playing. I told him how to do it, like step by step. On his mom's laptop.
Maybe you could teach me because I downloaded it on my PS4, and it's so different from I had the downloadable one for your iPad, and now I'm in the PS4 one. I'm like, I don't know what to do. There's too much. I don't know what to do. It's overwhelming. Where do I go? What do I do?
World has been opened before your eyes. Absolutely.
Yeah, and I'm literally sitting in the cage going, please close the cage door. I don't want to step out. I'm terrified.
My sister has the PS4 version, and I watched her play that game, and there was this weird creeper guy hanging out outside of her wall trying to get into her house, and I'm like, yep, nope, you can play this by yourself. I'll watch it.
I don't like the zombie aspect. I wish I could turn the zombie aspect off.
At night, like at night, where do the dead bodies come from? Like, this is like such a fun game, and then the night on, it was like terror strikes.
When you're digging deep, trying to go for the diamonds, you don't know whether it's day or night. I don't know when there's going to be. Though.
It's risk and reward, right? Like that's the whole genius of the game, the creation behind it. Now people create computers in it, and they can do stuff. It's just
amazing.
He loves playing that. You know what? Another game he really likes is. He played Overwatch and really enjoyed that a lot.
Oh, he's family friendly. I love you, Overwatch.
Yes, and for a 10-year-old, it's appropriate for him to play, like, because there's no like cursing. It's not overly sexualized.
It's
just
perfect.
Like.
Yes, it is, Josh. Yes, it is.
So that's what he's playing, and What are you guys playing right now besides Overwatch? And he's like, I'm playing Final Fantasy VIII. What is in your tape?
I play Overwatch in the evenings. It's pretty much Overwatch with Danielle every evening, and then if I stream during the day, it's Final Fantasy VII.
Sick. Okay.
Yeah.
What are you playing Final Fantasy VII on?
PS4.
PS4.
They have it for the PS4.
Wow, that
was
good.
It's
I remember
the old one, but it's still. It makes me so happy because I've played it probably 20 times. But I have one of those memories where, like, I finish watching a movie or a TV series and I immediately forget what I just saw, so I don't remember anything.
What about Crisis Core? Have you played that?
I tried to play that
game.
I can't play that because of I'm not good with the first-person perspective. It makes me feel drunk. But Overwatch has helped me in that, and I haven't stepped outside of Overwatch to try something with that perspective. But Danielle plays a lot more games. Like, what have you been playing? Weren't you playing that Final Fantasy the World one?
Yeah, the new one.
Oh, yeah, the demo to the World of Final Fantasy. That thing gave me cute. I don't know if I can play that game seriously because that game is just so cute.
It is so cute.
It's so cute, right? Like it's like what is the thing? It's like
your
it's like
teeth
talking
feel rotten
turnips
afterwards.
Like it hurts. It's so cute. It hurts.
You're like wince, grimace, pain, daggers, blood.
I love it. I love
Just too much cuteness. I'm playing a lot of Overwatch, probably a little too much. I'm playing some Telltale Games Batman, and that game is going pretty good.
Okay, I
just picked up Borderlands.
Yeah, I think I saw you tweet something about that, right?
Yeah. It streams a lot.
They have a Black Friday
you gotta
sale.
follow Danielle.
She
streams a lot.
Yeah, the games are ridiculous. But no, because they have a nice Black Friday sale for the PS4, so I think they had Tales of Borderlands for like $1 or something, and then they had Borderlands, the Handsome Collection with both the first and the second one for I think $13-14.
Just got Batman for $9.99.
Yes.
I'm afraid of what I'm
going to
spend.
That's a really good game.
What I'm going to spend. Yeah, that's real. That's real. And the holidays, you know, it's so easy to, one for you, two for me, one for you.
Gift my friend. I feel less guilty.
Yeah. Oh, look, the holiday prices.
Yeah. And then you come and like harass him. Hey, you know, I bought you that game. I'm really looking at Civ 6. Looks pretty good. Game looks pretty good, bro. You might want to check that out.
Oh, yeah, so exciting.
That kind of sounds like me, sadly.
Erin, that sucks that that you get dizzy from that. I understand completely.
I get nauseous. In fact, it was really weird that I downloaded Overwatch when it came out because it's so unlike me. But I did it. I downloaded it because my heart was like, you need to do something other than sit in home and waiting for the phone to ring. So I'm like, I need a distraction. So downloaded Overwatch because the animation is what grabbed me because it looks so cartoony and Pixar-ish and bright, like so bright. Like there was sunlight in the game, which is why I can't play things like Destiny and World of Warcraft. It's so dark and I don't want to be in the dark all the time. So I loved how bright it was. So I downloaded it. And then my first character that I played was Zenyatta because he was always calm. He always floats. And so he doesn't move in jarring fashion. So I could kind of get used to the view. It took me forever to get used to the view. I mean, Danielle will tell you, plus I have terrible thumbs, and I'm using PlayStation 4 controller, and I'm like, I'm either looking at the ground, I'm looking at the sky, I'm looking at the ground, I'm looking at the sky.
I understand.
It took me forever. Yeah. But
I want to say my girl's
the
same way. Yeah.
Oh, really?
You know?
Really?
Yeah.
Does she play?
Yeah. And that's sort of frustrating point. One of the things that I think that's a roadblock for her getting more into video games is that she is more old school. The minute it gets a little complicated, the fun leaves it for her, right? And that's a fair analysis, you know, because then she's like, no, it's not.
That she tries Zenyatta on Overwatch because I was old school. Like I liked 2D games up until Overwatch. Like I've never played any even when Final Fantasy got
she wants to roll as like the most violent character if she's gonna play. So she's like a Reaper, or, you know, and just loves pushing and smashing buttons.
Oh my god. Well, Sombra is
Sombra would be good. Sombra's really good.
Sombra is so good. Oh, I love she's so good. That's a good character right there. Everything is very exciting in that world. But for that whole yeah.
I was playing as her tonight, and I was like, oh, my God. Like, I'd never really played as her before, and it's just like, it's scary what she can do, you know?
She's frightening, like, especially when she's hacking everything. It's like that ultimate when she hacks everything.
When you can't get to a health pack, it's dangerous.
Yeah. You get to a health pack attack.
Like, I like playing as her, but when she's on somebody else's team, I'm like, oh, crap.
Yeah.
I feel like she can be countered with the hook almost.
Yes, she can.
Because kind of like Tracer style. And I know that there's some weird. Isn't there that weird video when when she teleports, if you hook her at the time, you can hook her across the thing? Like.
Oh,
really?
I didn't know
I was having this discussion earlier, like a serious teleportal discussion. I was like, okay, so let's lay it out, right? So let's say there's a portal like Symmetra's portal that just opens up. Okay. Mm-hmm. Let's say hypothetically, Roadhog standing at the entrance of it, and and so is Sombra, you know, and it's her portal instead. So she opens it up and runs into it in that split second, and it opens and closes, right? Yeah. If Roadhog throws a hook in there in that split second when it opens and closes, shouldn't it be treated as, like, imagine the portal still being open visually, as if it goes through, and wherever Sombra's opening it up, it comes out. And because Sombra's not cut to pieces when she goes through the portal, the hook isn't either. So it still exists. And when it hits the portal, it materializes in the space between. You know, And it's just boom. That's how he pulls her through the wall, and he's able to pull her through the wall because he pulls her back through the hole.
Well,
you
then
know,
we expect
because the whole
fans to tell us if that's possible. Because
that's
the
so Roadhog theory from me. That's your theory crafting.
That is a very deep theory. Like,
that's
deep. I can't unthink that. That's very deep. Wow.
Wow. And on tonight's episode of Science, we'll be discussing quantum physics and the life of the universe.
In Overwatch.
I love it. Oh my God, that is so amazing. So
I'm playing a lot of Hog, and I've been playing a lot of Winston. You know,
have you?
Because I feel like he's good, and I want to be better with him. You know, and I see people
who are
destroy.
really good with him, I don't understand. Like, I play him, and he dies in an instant. But I've seen people who play him, and you can't kill him because they're so good at him. I'm like, what? How are they? I don't know how they do that magic.
Who do you not play as?
May.
You know, like that's a
troll. Adora troll.
Because you know there's like 2 or 3. You're like, all right.
She's the cutest character. She's the most adorable character. But no other character can put me in a rage quicker.
Yeah, May. I mean, I play with May even though I cannot stand her. Play with her to annoy people.
Okay.
Yeah,
then I get annoyed.
To annoy me, Josh. She plays May to annoy me.
I never play as Lucio.
I love Lucio. I play Lucio all the time. But I'm a healer girl. I'm a healer girl. So I like the Zenyatta. I like the Lucio. I'm pretty good.
Yeah, that's how I feel with Zenyatta. I can't play with him for some reason. Like, I try to play and I'm really drunk.
Oh, that's true.
That's
true. You don't play Zenyatta,
I'm very drunk when I play Zenyatta.
Danielle plays a mean-ass Zarya and Widowmaker. She's so good at Zarya and Widowmaker. I'm terrible
as Lucio. It's just bad. Diva. You know, it's just like I can't get the wall jumps right ever, and it's just so much micromanagement that I'm...
You don't. All you have to do is just stand there and heal people. You don't even have to move really seriously, though.
But Erin, if you want that trophy,
or
I think he kills people like when he's in the wall, kind of like.
Yeah, we're a glory found.
Yeah.
I'm not a trophy hunter.
I think that's I don't. Trophy hunting, yeah.
Yeah, if we're gonna play as him, we're getting something for it. That's right.
I love it. Are you like the
exactly?
I have nothing against Lucio too. I think he's I love having a Lucio who's good in our team. I think it's amazing. I'm like, yes, this is great.
Important because the healing, and the mercy. I mean, all support characters are pretty awesome.
Supports
I
are awesome.
just recently fall in love with Dad, Soldier 76, because I didn't understand him, but then because of the Halloween brawl, I was like, oh, he is head go Dad.
I'm not a young man anymore.
Oh, good.
I love Fred. I got to do that with him on that video, and I love just like...
That video blew up with the Lucio's voice actor.
Good.
Yeah.
That is so cool that you got to I love that. That made my heart so happy. I work with Fred on a cartoon for really little kids, so he doesn't, like, he's like a really cute character, so it's really, like, I'm like, and then when we take a break, I'm like, let's talk Overwatch. It's terrible. I've got a problem, Josh. It's an addiction. All I want to do is talk about Overwatch all the time. What are we going to do?
Every day, just nonstop. I know. There's not enough time in the day.
Do you play it every day?
I try. I play a couple times a week. And
would you say you're addicted?
I would say
straight up
no.
We need
I would say I have my girl and me are. I love my girl, and she deserves time too, you know. And so it's always I want to put my girl first and make sure that she gets her time. And when you do that, you know, when you're working in video games and you're working at Universal Studios and you have a serious relationship with someone you really care about, sometimes the video games don't get as much time, you know.
Yeah, fair
but
enough.
Even when you do
Which
get
says
the time,
that I have been ignoring my man, and that is true. That is so true.
Right?
No.
So I don't play.
Me.
In her eyes, she's like, "Of course you play a lot." And I'm like, "I know, I play a lot to like, you know, so, but I don't play. You know what we're talking about? I don't play a lot, Like, yeah. So I think I'm at a healthy balance right now, and it's just kind of like.
I am striving for that, but I'm not.
There's always room for improvement, right? Like on me, you know, and so it's like but it's a good, you know, I'm being honest there, so it's cool, right?
It's a good balance. I love that.
It's a good balance.
That's really cool. So basically, the philosophical Roadhog is giving us the advice of when you're in a relationship, and this is advice I need to hear, maybe you only want to play Overwatch for 2 hours instead of 5, Erin.
Yes.
Good advice, Roadhog. Thank you. Thank you.
Think about your significant other.
I want Blizzard to make a sophisticated skin for Roadhog.
Yeah, he needs like a suit skin.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Someone asked her, said, "What is your fantasy skin for Roadhog? What would you guys think a great skin would be for him? Because I have mine."
Well, I said sophisticated Roadhog. He's wearing like a little robe, and he's just completely classy with his deep quotes.
A monocle.
Right?
A monocle. I would like to see him in like that Renaissance.
His monocle like spills glass.
1600 royalty.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, Renaissance royalty. Okay.
You know what I mean? Like with the culottes and the tights with the bottom and the big ruffle at the neck. It's just Renaissance.
Oh.
With the wigs and like everything.
Yeah, a Renaissance Roadhog.
With
you could do a Renaissance mask that
I wanted to do like a Ghostbuster Roadhog.
Oh my God, that would be so good.
The hook would be the proton pack, and he just and would like throw you back.
You know what? Because I wanted for the longest time a Ghostbuster skin for Zarya. If they had one for both Roadhog and Zarya, that'd be the best in the world.
Zarya should definitely have that makes a lot of sense. That does. That's perfect.
That'd just be a personal preference. That's like me like wishing on the stars and upon a moon.
I love that. Well, we're coming to a close. Oh my God, we could talk with you for hours. You are so much fun, Josh. Thank you so much for coming to join us on Waifus of Overwatch. We are so grateful for all of your hard work. We're very excited about your career, and everybody should be. What is your Twitter so people can follow you on Twitter?
I am at Cranky J, just as it sounds, CRANKYJ.
And follow him on Twitter so that you can stay in touch with all of the new projects he'll be working on next year. Because trust me, Josh is going to start booking like a crazy man. Because you guys see his performances and hear his performances. They're brilliant. They're brilliant. But would you do us the honor? And this is asking a lot, and I rarely do this because I myself am asked Dance Monkey Dance. But since it's the holiday season, would you be so kind as to wishing our audience any holiday well wishes? As Roadhog.
Yeah. All right. I wish we had like some posts because you could play like some sleigh bells jingling like.
Oh yeah.
So maybe in post this you can add it right here, all right?
Okay.
So we can add it, or if you send it to me, I can add it. So I'm like.
Oh, I love it. I'm gonna edit you.
Season's greetings, everyone. Welcome to the Winter Wonderland. Have you ever seen 12 reindeer in the night? One with a red nose, oh so bright. Rudolph, the red-nosed reindeer, had a very shiny nose. And if you ever saw it, you would even say it glows. All of the other wastelanders used to laugh it up and say, Roadhog, Merry Christmas, good night, and have a nice day.
Oh my gosh, I imagine like a really awesome, like kick-ass Mad Max kind of backdrop with that.
I literally had to bury my head in a pillow not to squeal. That was amazing. Thank you so much, Josh, and happy holidays to you and all of your loved ones. Thank you so much, and perhaps
you as well.
Thank
you. No, I'm flattered you guys would think of me and ask me to be on. So thank you, both of you, so much for allowing me to get in. I'd love to. That'd be awesome. No problem. And here's what another thing I was going to say is would love your input, and I'm trying to really get this next month. Something like a toy drive or something for when we stream. So maybe, like I was saying, with the castmates together.
Combat Radio Christmas for Children. Every year they do.
I want to be part of something that's like if there's
it's a huge event. It's Combat Radio every year, and locally here they raise money for social services all year long, and on every December they put on this huge Christmas Day event where they bus in 600 homeless families and give them a day of Christmas. and it includes gifts for the kids, and it's all for the kids, and it's just like it's like bringing Disneyland to them after a year that's been usually a really insane challenge. And they do it every year, and it's put together by a dad, a mom, and a daughter, and it's the three of them that have organized it all. And it's Combat Radio, and it sounds weird, Combat Radio, but that actually is. It's the most amazing children's charity for children and people who are going through challenging times through social services, and all the money and everything goes to social services and helps them. So
perfect.
That would be amazeballs.
I'd love to get something together like that, and I've tried to hit up. I sent a DM to like Matt Mercer about something about that too, like because I know him and Crispin were doing something really cool when they were streaming. So I was like, let's make it worth it. Let's do something really cool, you know.
I'll
and
send you the links and everything. That would be amazing.
I have some good. I don't know like the legal boundaries of like printing fan art and signing it and giving it to people. I think you could give it away. I don't think
if it's fan art, meaning somebody else drew it, meaning it's a fan art, and nobody's in it. There's no money exchange. Then you're good. You're in the clear.
Sweet.
That's at least
some
my
good 411.
Yeah,
good
of course the artist, whoever
something.
created the art, the fan artist, you would want their permission.
Of course, absolutely.
But I have found for charities and stuff like that, people who do the fan art are always amazing, huge open hearts and willing to donate fan art so that you can sign it and gift it away. And then their art gets, shared with everybody. So it's a win-win all the way around.
Yeah.
So that's amazing too.
I'm down for the cause on that. This one, I'll be really busy. Like I said, I'll be performing as the Grinch for Universal this month and a half.
I'm coming.
Nice.
I'm coming.
So I'm going to have to come
amazing.
too for that.
I will be there.
Yeah, it's going to be great. And so I'm looking forward to doing that. And then I would love to do something also with that idea. So that'd be great. Thank you guys so much for involving me.
You're welcome. Thank you for coming on and talking to us.
Hey, Josh.
No problem. And you guys have a wonderful night.
You too.
Autobots.
And thank you to everybody who tuned in to Waifus of Overwatch, our latest holiday episode, and we are so grateful for you. Please follow us at Waifus of OW on Twitter. The website is waifusofoverwatch.com. You can see the podcast. I believe it's on iTunes now, SoundCloud, all of those little outlets. And if we're not somewhere that you think we should be, let us know. We'll figure it out. We're figuring it out as we go. Thank you so much.